Hi everyone, welcome to Angel Monday. It's time for the guidance and the messages from the angels for the week ahead. I'm Rachel Skoltok, Angel Medium, and I'm using a couple of decks of cards this week. I'm still away in Alice Springs, but I'll be back home in my home office next Monday. So using the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck and also the Archangel Oracle by the gorgeous Diana Cooper. I'm loving those at the moment. So I've pulled 3 from Wisdom and 1 from the Oracle deck. So let's get started. The angels are really still talking to us about taking care of our heart chakra at the moment and understanding the significance of the heart. There's so much going on in the world which needs to have heart energy applied to it. You know, could we have the things happen? Could we do the things that are done to humanity and to animals and to the world if everybody was living from their heart? And that includes you. You're probably already a heart-centered person. But I think the world is naturally kind of nudging us to being more mental, judgmental, intellectual, reading, doing, being busy, worrying at the moment. And it's sometimes all of that makes us forget our precious hearts and how that world is affecting them, the heart, and also how that is affecting being mirrored back out into the world. So I really love the guidance for you this week. It's continuing on from the messages that we got last week. I tuned in first of all to Archangel Michael, who's the angel of truth, courage and protection, and will certainly help you to clear away the cords and energies that have kept you stuck. Perhaps you have cords to past relationships or people that have hurt you or harmed you in the past. Maybe you've got cords to yourself where you haven't forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you've made. Or maybe you're carrying some heavy energy of trauma, even secondary trauma that we get from seeing things in the world through our screens that are traumatizing to us on every level. And Archangel Michael's whispering to me at this moment to tell you that your heart, when your heart is open and you're also tuned into your mind and through the source energy, tuned into the divine mind, and not just your intellect, not just what your ego is telling you. So your higher self, your soul, and into your heart as well. That's true alignment. And when you receive guidance, when you get a message or a choice that you have to make, if you run it through both your intuition and your heart, you will be in true alignment and you'll get that perfect answer that you need to move forward. So no matter what it is, whether it's what to eat or what to post today or what to write on someone else's post, or making those big life decisions that you have to make, call on Archangel Michael to help you stay in integrity. And integrity means in alignment with your true beliefs, your morals, your values, and in alignment so that you're speaking, writing, acting in ways that matches what is true for you. Because there's nothing worse for your self-esteem and for your own life to be acting out of integrity of what you know is right for yourself. I mean, there's some amazing life lessons you get from that, but it never feels good and it always leads off into some mess or some drama. But we have to live and learn, right? None of us are perfect. This is the whole point of being on earth. And also understanding that when you are in integrity with simple values of truth and honesty and authenticity, that really helps your life to soar because you're attracting from your true law of attraction, your point of attraction, and you're in alignment with divine will, which is powerful. And when you're out of integrity, if you're being dishonest or you're not honest with yourself or others, or you're pretending, that can attract some negative energy and it can block you. So this is all about being in your heart, being true to yourself and true to your values and your beliefs. You know, it's not always easy, is it? It's not always easy, and you don't have to be perfect. So let's start with the first card that I pulled out earlier on the live. And this is, which angel is this? Archangel Raziel. So we have this beautiful figure and she is meditating, but she's not just meditating, seeing on a cushion and trying to shut her mind up. She's consciously connecting with the divine. You've got the stained glass window not necessarily representing religion, just showing the light coming through. And beside her, she has set aside her armor. And I love the metaphor of that, that this is the defensiveness, the fears that we carry around with us acts as armor, which doesn't just block the negative things from happening, it blocks the good things from happening, because your heart is the center of receptivity. If your heart is closed, no matter how good you are at manifesting, you're not going to let yourself receive. You'll sabotage, you'll push away, you will even repel what it is that you are asking for out there in the universe. So really pay attention to your heart. Is it open? Can you let go of any defensiveness? Are you making yourself invisible at this time? You know, something that I have done in my life is that through fear sort of tried to be invisible, and then thought, why, you know, in the past, why wasn't my business reaching enough people? Because I had my invisibility cloak on, literally. So take off armor, take off your invisibility cloak. Focus on bringing light to this area of your heart chakra, opening up, clearing, asking Archangel Michael to cut cords to people you haven't forgiven yet, including yourself, and be receptive to the light and the energy of the divine. Now, this card can have a meaning of needing time out, needing to rest, needing to tune in and meditate, needing to recharge your energy, connect with source so that you can top up the energies before moving forward. Sometimes we rush into things and we don't stop to wait for that guidance and to get into alignment and in integrity. So you need to do more of this. So it's the first card's always the theme for that week. This is the block that came up, which is interesting. This is Archangel Chamuel helping you to find what you're looking for. Now, here is a sword in the way, but also a gateway. Now, she is taking off her blindfold. She's throwing away her shackles, and she's pushing through that great big iron gate. And previously to that, she was trapped. She felt completely stuck. And this is saying to you, if you are feeling stuck and trapped, you feel like you haven't got enough. Maybe you don't feel enough. You feel like there's not enough resources, there's not enough time, not enough energy. Look again. What you're seeing as a barrier is not real. It's not immovable. Remember to call on that divine help. Remember that stained glass window, shining the assistance, the love, and the energy out for you. You are unlimited. You might feel limited. That's part of the illusion of the ego, where you feel stuck and you feel like you haven't got enough and you don't remember who you are and what your power is. But you do have power. There's an angel on that gate. And you have assistance to help you to move through those blocks. So you might say, okay, I can't do this today, but I can do something different. There's always a way to move forward, even if you feel completely limited and blocked. But this is the mudra that really works. As above, so below. You start asking for help. You start calling it in. You start calling up your divine power. You remember who you are. You do some meditation. That is going to draw in the assistance. We can't see around corners. I could never, in the 17, 18 years I've been doing this work, have known some of the amazing synchronicities, the opportunities, the things that have turned up in my path that have helped me. It's sitting on my stump, 18, 19 years ago, and thinking about creating a business was so massive. And I couldn't see how it was all going to work out, but I had faith. And that is all you need sometimes. So I'm giving you this. Even if you feel like there's blocks, have faith and start to put that faith into action. Do something to let the universe know that you do actually have faith. And that can be fun. You can sort of start to get really creative about what that symbolically is for you. Then we've got this card, which is your guidance. This is the Page of Earth. Now look closely. She's sitting in a library. She's got the wisdom around her. Even if she doesn't have it in her head right now, it's available to her. You might need to do some study, reskill, upskill. It might not have to be a 3-year course. It could be a 1-week course or a 6-week course or a 40-minute webinar. You've got to learn something new. The wisdom is available to you. Even if you can't reach it at the moment, it's coming. You might need to do a bit of research. Feel the fear and do it anyway. See the little bunny rabbit? feel the fear and do it anyway. She's still got her fear there. Now, there's a great way, if your fear is holding you back, and this is a great little tip, get a big piece of paper, as big as you can get, and brainstorm, write down every single fear that you can think of about moving forward in your life. And when your brain is empty, you've put down even the most stupid things that have occurred to you, because those things take up room, they take up energy. And you know, when if you ever had that decision overwhelm where you're like, I just can't make a decision because I just don't have the energy to do it, I'm drained. Drop all of those fears and thoughts that are lurking in your consciousness onto the paper, and then go through with a red pen and cross out all of the fears that are just silly. That's why it's worth putting them on the paper, because when you bring something into awareness, you get power over it, and sometimes it dissolves straight away. Then cross out all of the things that are manageable. Maybe you have a fear that you won't make enough money. Maybe you have a fear that you won't get a bank loan. Well, you'll never know until you ask, until you do it, until you find out. So those are manageable fears, and there might be actions that you need to take to make them actionable. And then what will be left will be either imaginary, illusionary, or projected fears that are just things that you've carried from your past or from other people's beliefs. You can cross those out. And then there'll be the real fears. And those are the things, when you circle them, there probably will be very few, maybe even none, where you can say, okay, how can I work through this? And when you check out your fear in that way, it starts to shrink it down. It stops taking up so much energy and time for you, and you'll be able to see a path forward. But this card is clearly saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. That amazing book by, I think it was Susan Jeffers. It was really worth reading. And this is your outcome card. This is Angel Faith, Archangel Faith. And she is saying, with faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. And this is what I mean earlier, when we can't see around corners. We've got to have faith that the universe is supporting us. We've got to have faith that we have what it takes. And if we haven't got it, we can find it. Know that you are creative. You are clever. You are smart. You have survived all of your worst days up until this point. You can get through anything. And honestly, most of the time, the fears that you are holding aren't real. They're just illusions that will just turn into dust the minute you face them. So I really love that reading for the week ahead. This is about integrity. It's about your heart. It's about connecting to source for energy and understanding that you are powerful and moving through no matter what is going on, attracting and asking for what you really, really want. So I'm really excited that I'll be back in my office next week. So it'll be normal angel messages from my home. And I want to thank you so much for following me. Let me know what you're manifesting. What are you drawing into your life? And what fears have you been having that perhaps aren't real, that are just your ego trying to scare you? Sending you loads of love, angel blessings, and see you next time. Oh, go to the link in my bio for the webinar if you want to sign up or want to find more.